Okay, this is my first attempt at a video. Today is July 17th, I think, 11 p.m. I just got home from the gym, and there's this girl there. Fattest ass ever. Holy, but that's for another video. Today I want to talk about why I hate entitled women. Now, first of all, I had this situation to go. Let's call her Dumbass. So Dumbass and I, when I was in school, she was with somebody, right? But every now and then when we walk past each other in the hallways, we would always, lock eyes and everything. And that's a little context there. But then some years passed, I hear they break up. I'm like, oh, because I was close friends with the boyfriend at the time. We had weights class together. So I try to shoot my shot with her, get in there and whatnot. And I did. It was like winter time, and she was just, and I tried, and she's like, I'm just not ready for another relationship. And I was like, but I respected it. I was like, okay, well, I understand. I'm not gonna force or anything. And then we started talking, got to become friends, and blah blah blah. Started hanging out more. Then she told me like, I'm ready for a relationship now. I was like, that's wonderful. So I started, putting more effort in. And then she was telling me, so this guy I was on a date with, and I was like, you didn't think me the entire time was like, well, maybe I wanted a chance with you, but instead you went to go talk to some dude who's a masochist who likes to get pegged by a goth mommy. Fucking loser, by the way. He got AIDS, by the way. Yeah. Not from her, but from a different girl he hooked up with. This shit was fucking hilarious. I was laughing I couldn't laugh in front of her, but I was like, my inside, I was like, anyways. So we continued talking more and more, and I kept telling her obvious signs. I literally even told her that, hey, I like you. She's like, that's so sweet. Aww. And she just heart my message, and I was like, okay. And so more time comes by. I take her. She decides to hang out with me. She hits me up like, do you want to go get ice cream with me? And I was like, sure, of course. So I put on the fit, made myself look all nice, got in there, and we were at this park, I think. No, these are two separate events. Let me go back to, I'm getting off track here. Got in there, we hung out a little bit, and I was flirting with her. Like, I was straight up flirting with her. I was giving her the looks I was doing, but she just kept like, as I backed off. I'm like, okay, I get the message. I'm gonna back off. So I had a Mike and X in the car, so my tongue's purple. It's purple. Purple Mike and X are fucking awesome. I love Mike and X. But yeah, and then where the fuck was I? Oh my god. Scratch that. We're going to another story. And then she calls me one night and says, hey, my ex, the dude from high school, he started looking at my TikTok profile, and he's like reposting all this sad shit, and he has all these songs as oh, I missed the person, blah blah blah. And I was like, he because how their relationship ended is that he did her very wrong and caused her a lot of pain and suffering. So I was trying to, hey, maybe you shouldn't go back to something that hurts you. I was trying to be a reasonable person. She's like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, you promised me you're not going to go back to him, because if you do, I'm low-key just going to stop talking to you. She says, I promise. I'm like, okay, because I didn't want her to steal her from me for the second fucking time. Foreshadowing. Anyways, so she talks more about that. I'm always there for her to call. She has me to rely on. She's always like, I'm really glad I found you as a friend. I'm like, thank you. And then there's this other time she picked me up like, hey, you want to have some bagels? Because she works at Panera. And I was like, sure, let's have some bagels. And so we started having bagels in the car, and we were in a park at night. And these guys, other cars were there, and I made a joke about, those probably fucking in the park. And I was like, well, everybody should fuck in the park. And I was trying to, throw a little, hey, another flirt. And then she was like, yeah, they should. And I will admit, based on the amount of times I was rejected beforehand, I didn't act on that. I just thought maybe she was just being funny. I did consider, but I didn't want to come off as weird because she was very. It's one of these. It's one of those girls that you have to be very delicate with. You know, one of those girls that's like, oh my god, it's like a glass thing of gold. If you fuck it up, it's gone. So I was being very. I didn't want to. I played it safe, which was what kind of fucked things up, anyways. But I was like, ooh. But anyways, so after that, you know, she called me another day and says, me and him, my ex, we got together in a park and we started talking again and he apologized for everything. And like, you shouldn't get back with him, just so you know. Like, I know, but maybe he changed. And I was like, keep in mind, the ex is one of those dudes who like has the it's like your stereotypical fuckboy, like the short hair up here, the mustache and the fucking, how to explain it? It was one of those guys who wear like the denim, like with like the denim fucking jeans with like the tribal tattoo, or not fucking the. It was one of those emo fuckboys, right? Who is a huge walking red flag. You know, the one who. And I watch on his cringy ass stories. I got Balenciaga, my guys. I'm so cool because I spent so much money on a pointless ass purse, even though I'm a fucking dude. It's kind of fucking gay, isn't it? But hey, that's just me. Anyways, and maybe he changed, you know. And I was like, those guys don't really change. They just say that shit because keep in mind, the boyfriend was in a relationship after. And they just broke up. So my assumption is that he's probably using his ex as a rebound. So I was trying to help her not to get hurt again, but they started talking again, and I was like, oh, it's not a very good idea. You might get hurt. And I was like, I know, but I just feel bad if I don't. I was like, I'm about to slap the fuck out of you if you keep that stupid. But I didn't say that to her because at the time my fucking cat is like, dude, stop chewing on that shit, dude. My cat worked for the CIA about here. Let me show you. Come here, cat. This cat works for the CIA. Yeah. Anyways, so, you know, time goes on. I hear that. I'm scared because like, okay, X is back in the picture. I gotta be careful. Then a few days later, I wake up, 4 messages. And she's like, chat, we're locked in. We're back together. And I was like, no. And so I confessed my emotions. And she's like, oh my God, you should have told me that sooner. Bitch, I did. I gave you so many hints. I gave you so many fucking obvious assumptions. I even told you straight, I liked you. I told you straight up. And she's like, you should have made it more obvious and things would have been different. Are you smoking crack? And at that point, I was like, dude, I spent 5 months being patient with this girl. Because I've been told, if you're patient with someone who you really want, you're going to get what you deserve. And I was patient. I was kind. I was caring. I treated her with respect. I always was nice. I was respectful. Only for her to go back to her fuck-ass ex. And keep in mind, it's one of the silly cars who calls cats cars. He's one of those dudes. Silly car. Silly car. Let me just dig in my fucking... let me just dig in my fucking butt. Like, ugh. It's fucking ridiculous. But, so, I followed her on everything, right? And so I was like, I'm not following you on Spotify, Instagram. We have both followed each other's spam accounts, and we're both on each other's close friends. Okay? That's how fucking close I was. Okay? But apparently the obvious hints I gave wasn't enough. So fuck it. Fuck the girls in our generation. They all suck anyways. They all go back to their fucking... And what's funny, she kept saying how her ex had a smelly dick. So dumbass can go back to her smelly dick boyfriend You do that. Yes, am I salty about it? Absolutely. Because if you saw how pretty this girl was, I'm sure y'all would be pretty upset too. But nonetheless, I unfollowed her and everything. And I even told her, like, hey, the reason I didn't confess was because, you didn't seem like you were interested, even though I straight up told you. And, I tried to really confess to you, but you just kind of blew me off. And I said, if things go south, I'll be here, And she heard the message. 5 months. For what? Nothing. Ugh. 5 months for fucking nothing. But hey. Yeah, I'm pissed as fuck. But that's just some background. This is I'm gonna tell y'all something recent. Okay, I don't care who's listening. I'm just ranting, cause I was just thinking on my way home. I've been going to the gym. I used to go all the time, and I stopped for about a good 2 years. But I'm starting to go back, and I'm getting in shape. That for some reason this arm is like smaller than this arm. Like I don't know if you can tell the difference, but this arm is smaller than that. I think I have body dysmorphia, but I really don't care. But like, here I can even. Like, I'm not fat or anything. I'm genuinely, like, muscular, but here. There's this one girl, pretty girl, very gorgeous, very beautiful, was wearing makeup to the gym for some weird-ass reason, but, I was doing the, and I saw her from the corner on the lateral pole, and she had her phone, and she's like, and so I was like, are you taking a picture of me? And so I went up to her, and I was like, hey, did you take a picture of me? And she was like, no. And at the point, since I was already talking to her, I was like, fuck it. And I said, you're very beautiful. And she's like, oh, thank you. And would you mind if I got your number, or your social, or anything? Like, actually, my boyfriend works here. I was like, okay, well, sorry to bother you. I noticed every time she came in, and the amount of employees that rotated through the night shift, not once has she ever talked to them. You could have just told me that you weren't interested instead of lying. I don't understand why girls do that. The most attractive thing a girl can do is be honest. Like, if you are honest with me and you tell me, no, you're just not my type, or just, no, I'm not looking for a relationship right now, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to fucking make a lie. It's ridiculous. But I'm getting off topic here. What I really wanted to get into, why the fuck do girls wear makeup in a gym? You're in a gym not to look good, okay? You're in the gym to fucking work and sweat. Now, I understand, but I like to make myself look good. Okay, well, good for you, but I don't need to be staring at your ass when you got your shirt tucked up all the way up here and you got booty shorts on and you're like, I don't know. A lot of people are not going to disagree with me on this, but I don't fucking care. Because what are you guys going to do? You're not going to do shit. I don't care. But if you wear makeup to the gym, what are you hoping to accomplish? If your whole ordeal is like, why do men always look at me? Okay, first of all, you got your ass out. Second of all, you're wearing makeup, okay? You're wearing makeup but I like to look pretty. If you're trying to make yourself look pretty, other people are going to find you pretty, and so are men. Men are going to be attracted to pretty things, okay? And if I see a pretty girl walking by, I'm like, oh my God, that's a really pretty girl. I can't help look at a pretty girl, but you need to have self-control. Then you need to not wear makeup at the gym. Because if you sweat like crazy, you're going to have all that shit run off your face. Like, why are you wearing makeup? I don't understand. People can go to the gym for 2 reasons I've noticed. To get better for yourself, or to look better for other people. I think, you do what you want, but looking better for other people is just kind of tacky. Because, like, you want to be a whore? Go for it. You can get STDs. I'm not the one getting STDs here, but fuck it. That's a different story, but actually I'm kidding. I don't have STDs. I don't know. It just got me thinking. Like, I know everyone's like, well, you just can't handle rejection. You're right. I can't handle rejection because it makes me overthink. And it's goofy. It really is. But am I salty that when I say pretty girl, I mean like it was one of the girls that you see at an airport and never see again. It was that level pretty. And when I saw her, she was exactly my type. She had short, like down here, like black hair. She had tattoos. She had a very gorgeous look. And her face was just beautiful. And oh my God, it was a very pretty girl. I just farted. Protein fart. Anyways, it was a very pretty girl. I'm very salty about fumbling. I didn't fumble, but just be honest with me. Say you're not my type. Say I don't want a relationship with anyone right now. Or say I'm just here to work out. You don't need to make up a lie. My boyfriend works here. Okay, well, I don't mean to be a crazy stalker, but I watched you come in at least 15 times with a different member of staff each night. I've already memorized the pattern of the staff. Not once have you stopped to talk by and talk to any of them. Not once. Not once. But I have seen another girl talk to her boyfriend, which is obvious, but it's not her. It's not her. Wanna know why? Because she has a long ass nose. And squinty, she's not even Asian, but like squinty eyes and long ass nose. The look looks chopped as hell, but fuck it, bro. It's his life. Yeah. I really don't feel like watching this. This is 16 minutes. I'm just gonna hit post and just. I don't care if you like the video. I don't care if you watched it full. I'm just posting this shit to rant. I really don't care at this point. But yeah, man.